Narayan Narayan. I am Anuradha and I bring to you the Pauranik Podcast, where you can listen to the stories of the Sanatan Dharma. Who has committed the crime of the great Rishi, the very angry Bhrigoputra Chavanya? Asked Maharaj Sharyati. While wandering during the hunt, the Maharaj and his troops had come to the forest where Maharshi Chavanya had his ashram. They had set up a camp. The idea was to return to the capital after seeing the Rishi. Suddenly, all the soldiers started having stomach pains. Urine and motion stopped. This was the condition of the Maharaj himself. The accompanying horses also started suffering from pain. After thinking for a while, Maharaj started investigating the reason. Father, I don't know whether this crime was committed or not, but I have done something. Everyone remained silent for a while. Sukanya, the only daughter of the Maharaj, who was very dear to him, finally thought and said, I had just gone for a walk in the forest with my friends. Under a tree, a big mound formed from the soil of termites was seen. The soil had become very hard. There were 2 holes in the upper part and something was shining through those holes. I inserted the forks of the bilva into the holes to take out those shiny objects. A drop or 2 of blood came out from those holes. The thorns were drenched in blood. I thought some insect like firefly was glowing. It may have been entangled with the thorns. Oh, the king took a deep breath and stood up without saying anything. The ministers followed suit. Upon reaching the place, everyone saw that Maharshi Chavanya was engaged in such rigorous penance and had been sitting still for so many days that his body had become hard due to the dust from the termites covering it. Now he just seemed to be a mound of earth. Sharyati prayed humbly and asked for forgiveness for the crime that his daughter had committed in ignorance. Your daughter has blinded me. Due to the pain in my eye, my state of concentration has been disturbed. Now I have to get up from here. After getting up, I have to do the Sandhya Vandan, the Havan, the Tarpan, all of it. How will a blind man be able to live his life without anyone's help? Maharshi said, I will appoint enough servants to serve you, the king assured. Fear, reverence and greed do not serve. When the anger subsides within a few days, errors in service begin to occur. A blind man needs service throughout his life, and any negligence or mistake in service will cause him pain, the sage clarified. Service is done only out of affection. Give me that beautiful daughter of yours who has blinded me. Only she will be able to serve me properly. This way, I will be satisfied. It was a very difficult question. How to give away one's beloved daughter to an old, angry sage? How will that beautiful girl survive in this dark forest? Maharaj became silent. Sukanya saw that because of her, her father and all the soldiers and ministers were in unbearable pain. She herself decided to accept the punishment for her crime. I am ready. Maharshi has requested for me. I dedicate myself to him. An Arya lady sacrifices herself only once. Sharyati was stunned. Everyone praised Sukanya. Now the king had to give his daughter to the sage. He prayed to the sage and said that now you are going to be happy. Sukanya herself is ready to become your wife. Maharshi was satisfied. Everyone's pain left. What should I do with these royal clothes and ornaments? Will they suit a rishi's wife? Sukanya wore the simple clothes suited to the wife of a rishi and distributed the royal clothes and jewelry amongst her friends. The king prostrated himself before the Maharshi and took permission to leave. He hugged his daughter with moist eyes. The friends of Sukanya also hugged her with moist eyes and heavy heart. Everyone left. Sukanya changed her life. She took Maharshi out from that heap of mud and brought water from the river in a pitcher and gave him a bath. She started bringing the things required for the sage's daily prayers. She would bring water for the ashram from the pond, kept the fire burning, kept the ashram clean, and doing all the small and big services required by her husband. She forgot that she was a princess. Her body became weak and her hair matted. She got calluses on her hand, but Sukanya, who was devoted to her husband, never experienced any unrest. She never showed negligence in serving her husband. 2 years passed in a similar manner. As usual, Sukanya was sitting outside the hut serving Rishi Chavany. At that time, the Ashwini Kumars were roaming on the earth. Coincidentally, both of them were going somewhere past the ashram of Rishi Chavany. They saw Rishi Chavany and Sukanya. Hearing them talk, it did not take long for both the Ashwini Kumars to realize that they were husband and wife. Seeing this, the Ashwini Kumars were astonished and were also very impressed with Sukanya. Both Ashwini Kumars thought of testing Sukanya. Now, Sukanya was returning towards the ashram with the pitchers of water. At that time, the Ashwini Kumars came and stood in front of her and asked Sukanya to introduce herself. Devi, who are you? Whose daughter and whose wife are you? Sukanya bowed to both of them and told them the names of her father and her husband. She said, I am the wife of Mahatma Chavany. I have come to fetch water for him. Who are you? Please come to the ashram and accept the hospitality of the Maharshi. The Ashwini Kumar, in order to test Sukanya, asked her, Sukanya, you're amazingly beautiful. You cannot be compared with anyone. In such a situation, how do you worship a husband who is decrepit and has an aged body and can give you no sexual pleasure? We are Ashwini Kumars, the physicians of the god, always young and beautiful. You can leave Chavany and marry one of us and make your life happy. After listening to the Ashwini Kumars, Sukanya said politely, Gentlemen, do not have unreasonable apprehensions about me. I love my husband. Love need not be reciprocated. It has to be given. Maharshi Chavany is my idol. I am happy in his happiness, and anything that you say against his respect will not be bearable by me. Ashwini Kumars got scared after hearing such an answer from Sukanya. They understood that it was not right to test Sukanya, because in this matter, if any wrong word came out from their mouth, then they would not be able to save themselves from the wrath of such a sati woman. A sati is a one who is dedicated and has enough pious to create havoc for those who cross their limits with her. Both Ashwini Kumars folded hands and said to Sukanya, O Devi, please forgive us. We are very impressed by your penance. We will definitely accept Maharshi's hospitality. And then both of them came to the ashram and bowed to Maharshi and said, Maharshi, we are Dev Abhisheks. Hence, you can ask for any boon from us. Then Rishi Chavany said, May you be blessed. If so, please grant me the desired form, youth and eyesight for women. Evamastu. The Dev Vaidyas held Maharshi's hand and took him to the nearby lake. Ashwini Kumars went into the water with Maharshi, and all the three of them remained underwater for some time. After this, when all three of them came out of the water, their appearance and conditions were the same. All of them together said to Sukanya, Accept any one of us. At the beginning, Sukanya remained standing dumbfounded. She was not able to understand which one of them was Sage Chavany. Then Sukanya folded her hands in prayer and said, I am the wife of Mahatma Chavanya and I want to remain his wife for the coming births. How can I participate in this game? I am in the shelter of the Ashwini Kumars. If I have served my husband well and with a loving heart, then may the gods bless me and grant me my husband. Devi, this is your husband. How long can such a sadhvi be deceived? Both the gods introduced Sukanya to her husband and started moving towards the heaven through the skies. I am obliged to you. I will give you Soma's share in the yagna, Maharshi Chavanya said to the divine doctors while they were leaving. Because they were physicians, the Devtas did not consider them to be of their level and did not share the Soma in the yagna with the Ashwini Kumars. Now, Sukanya started living happily in the forest with a young husband. After a period of time, King Sharyati wished to perform Ashwamedh Yagna and called his son-in-law Maharshi Chavanya. Maharshi Chavanya came from the Tapovan along with his wife Sukanya. But seeing a handsome young man with his daughter, King Sharyati thought that the girl had gone astray. He started shaking with anger. When his daughter came forward and greeted him, instead of blessing her, he started abusing her. You shameless woman, you have pushed both the husband's and the father's clans to hell. Shame on you! How did your mind become so corrupt despite being born in my noble family? Father, you're getting angry unnecessarily. This is your son-in-law, Phrigunandan. Pay him regards and know everything from him. Smilingly, Sukanya explained to her father. The king knew about the immense influence and powers of yoga and that of the rishis. He immediately realized that he had made a mistake somewhere. He got up and bowed down to the sage. He felt immense joy after knowing the complete story. Taking his daughter in his lap, he wet her forehead with his tears of joy. Maharshi Chavanya came to the capital. Their yagna started under his leadership. When Maharshi called upon the Ashwini Kumars to give him a part of the Soma, Mahendra, that is another name of Indra, became angry. He raised the thunderbolt to kill the sage. The sage started laughing and recited a mantra, after which, along with the thunderbolt, King Indra's arm also remained frozen in its position. Indra became unable to move his right arm. He was forced to accept that from now on, the Ashwini Kumars would get a share in the yagna. After this incident, Chavanya Rishi invented Chavanprash along with the Ashwini Kumars. We have always seen the importance of sacrifice in Sanatan Sanskriti. In this story also, we see Sukanya making the sacrifice to protect her father and kingdom from any calamity. We also see that she was dutiful and continued to serve and respect her husband, which resulted not only in gains for her, but also for her husband and everyone else involved. Astrologically speaking, if someone has any planet in Ashwini Nakshatra, when they go out to help others, they themselves get helped automatically.